morning everyone. Today I am going to discuss Avogadro number under Avogadro concept acid base salt unit 2. So first of all, what is Avogadro number and what is the mole concept? So it is the number of molecules present in 1 gram molecule of any substance. So it is the number of molecules present in 1 gram molecule of any substance. It is also represents the number of atoms in 1 gram atom of any substance. So what is Avogadro number? It is the number of molecules present in 1 gram molecule of any substance. It also represents the number of atoms in 1 gram atom of any substance. Okay, so 1 gram molecule by any gas at NTP occupies a volume of 22.4 liter. So Avogadro number also denotes the number of molecules present in 22.4 liter of any gas. Okay, so 1 gram molecule of any gas at NTP occupies a volume of 22.4 liter. So Avogadro number also denotes the number of molecules present in 22.4 liter of any gas. Okay, so Avogadro number is also the number of ions in 1 gram ion of an monovalent atoms or radical. It is denoted by the letter N or sometimes N with suffix A. A means Avogadro, like this, Na. Okay, and its value is 6.023 10 to the power 23. 1 Faraday of electricity equals to nothing but a 1 mole of electricity is composed of 6.023 10 to the power 23 electrons. Okay, so Avogadro number is also the number of ions in 1 gram ion of a monovalent atoms or a radical. It is denoted by the letter N and sometimes Na, and its value is 6.023 10 to the power 23. So 1 Faraday of electricity, 1 mole of electricity is composed of 6.023 10 to the power 23 electrons. Example, 1 gram molecule of hydrogen, that is 2 grams, and 1 gram molecule of oxygen. So it is the 1 gram. 1 gram molecule of oxygen, 32 grams. Though differ in weight, each of these masses contains Avogadro number 6.023 10 to the power 23 of molecules. So both hydrogen and oxygen, they are different mass, 2 grams and 32 grams, but they possess same number of Avogadro number like 6.023 10 to the power 23. So look at a glance, mole and Avogadro constant. So 1 mole, that is 1 mole of a substance contains 6.023 10 to the power 23 particles of the substance. So number 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 is called the Avogadro constant. So number of moles into or multiply 6.02 10 to the power 23, you get number of particles, and from number of particles to number of moles, if you divide 6.023 10 to the power 23, then you get number of moles. So this is the conversion. So number of moles to number of particles, you multiply 6.02 10 to the power 23, and number of particles to number of moles, you just divide 6.02 and into 10 to the power 23. Now look, relationship between mass, mole and Avogadro number. How do you obtain? Here mole of element N. Okay, so atoms of element N equals to N small n into Na. Okay, here N is Avogadro number, capital N is number of atoms, capital M molar mass, M is mass, and N is number of moles. Okay, now if you go to number of elements to mole of element, then N equals to N by Na. Okay, so this is the very simplest rule for the conversion of, so moles of element to atoms of elements, N equals to N capital Na. Similarly, atoms of elements equals to moles, small n equals to n by Na. Similarly, the atoms of elements to mass of element m equals to n by Na into capital M. Similarly, mass of element to atom of element n equals to m by m into n, a Avogadro number. Similarly, conversion of mass of element to mole of element n equals to small m by capital M. Similarly, mole of element to mass of element small m equals to n into m. So this is the flow chart. So conversion of mass of element to mole of element and atoms of element vice versa. So here the terms stands for number of moles small n, capital M mass, capital M molar mass, and n number of atoms, Na Avogadro number 6.023 10 to the power 23. So in this way you can remember the conversion of mass of element to mole of element and atom of element vice versa. Okay, next move on. The numerical problem: calculate the number of moles of water present in 1000 grams or in a liter of water. Density of water is given 1 gram per cc. So how will we calculate the number of moles of water? Okay, so as you know, the 1 liter water equals 1000 ml of water or 1000 cc of water. Again, that equivalent to 1000 gram of water. So molecular weight of water 18 gram, as you know, 2 into 1 plus 16, 18 gram, that is equals to 1 mole of water. So you should remember 1 liter water means 1000 cc water. Again 1000 cc water equivalent to 1000 gram of water, and molecular weight of water is 18 gram, that is equals to 1 mole of water. So number of moles of water in 1 liter of water, 1000 by 18, that is 55.5. So the term mole may be used in any of the following: 1 mole equals to 1 gram molecule or 1 gram atom. In case of gases, 1 mole equals to 22.4 liters at NTP, and 1 mole equals to Avogadro number, as you know, 6.023 10 to the power 23. So molecules or atoms or ions. So electrons. So 6.023 10 to the power 23 of molecules, atoms, ions, or maybe electron. Also 1 Faraday of electricity. Now problem 2, move on. What is the volume occupied by 0.32 gram and 0.64 gram of sulfur dioxide at NTP? What is the volume occupied? So as you know, 32 gram of oxygen occupies 22.4 liter at NTP, or 0.32 gram of oxygen occupies 22.4 into 0.32 by 32. Okay, so in this way you get the moles. 0.32 by 32, you get 0.224 liter. Okay. Similarly, molecular weight of sulfur dioxide, here just 32 gram oxygen. Okay, so 32 gram oxygen, and molecular weight of sulfur dioxide, 32 plus 32. Okay, sulfur 32, oxygen 16 into 2, 32, 64. So volume occupied by 0.64 gram of SO2 at NTP, 22.4 into 0.64 by 64 molar mass. So you get 0.224 liter. So that is the volume occupied by both the gas O2, oxygen gas, and sulfur dioxide gas. Okay. Next move another numerical problem. What is the number of oxygen atom in 0.90 gram of water molecules? So how many number of oxygen atom present in 0.90 gram of water molecules? Let's start. 18 gram of water. As you know, the molar mass of water 18 gram contain 16 gram of oxygens. Okay. Similarly, how much? 0.90 gram of water contains 0.90 into 16 by 18, that is 0.8 gram of oxygen. So 16 gram of oxygen atom contains 0.6023 10 to the power 23 number of oxygen atoms. So 0.8 gram of oxygen atoms contains 0.623 10 to the power 23 into 0.8 by 16, that is 3.01 10 to the power 22 oxygen atoms. So that is the answer, 3.01 into 10 to the power 22 oxygen atom. Now come to moles and molar mass. So a mole is the amount of substance that contains as many entitles. So a mole is the amount of substance that contains as many entitles. Entitle means or constituent particles like atoms, molecules, ions or any other particles, as there are atoms in exactly 12 gram of C12 isotope. Okay. So I have already discussed isotope, isobor, isoton in the previous video lectures in atomic structure. So a mole of substance contains Avogadro number 0.602 10 to the power 23 of molecules or formula units. The molar mass of substance is the mass of 1 mole of substance. So molar mass of a substance is the mass of 1 mole of the substance. So carbon 12 has a molar mass of exactly 12 gram per mole by definitions. Next, gram atomic mass or mass of 1 gram atom. When numerical value of atomic mass of an element is expressed in grams, then the value becomes gram atomic mass, or it can be expressed as a short abbreviation GAM. So gram atomic mass, when numerical value of atomic mass of an element is expressed in grams, then the value becomes gram atomic mass or GAM. It should be element. Okay. So next, move on. So method to calculate moles. Before discussing method to calculate moles, so gram atomic mass GAM equals to mass of 1 gram atom, which equals to mass of 1 mole of atom, which become equals to mass of Na atoms, Avogadro number atoms, okay, which equals to mass of 6.02 10 to the power 23 atoms. GAM oxygen equals to mass of 1 gram atom of oxygen equals to mass of 1 mole of atoms of oxygen, which is equals to mass of Avogadro number atoms of oxygen, that is 16 gram by Na into Na, that is 16 gram. So that is the gram atomic mass. I have already discussed GAM. Now come to how to calculate moles. What are the formula? Okay. So methods to calculate moles. Number 1. If the number of particles within first bracket molecules or atoms or ions is given, then number of moles equals to, if number of molecules, atoms is given, then you can determine mole equals to given number of molecule by atom given number of molecule or atoms divided by Avogadro number. So that from this you get the number of moles. So given number of molecules or atoms divided by Avogadro number, you get the moles. If mass is given, then number of moles. Given mass of substance in gram by GM, gram atomic mass, then you get number of moles. If volume of gas is given, then number of moles we can determine volume of gas at STP in liter divided by 22.7 liters. Standard molar volume is the volume occupied by 1 mole of any gas at NTP or STP, which is equal to 22.7 liter. Okay. So 1 gram atom equals to 1 mole of atom equals to Na atoms, Avogadro number atoms. 1 gram molecule equals to 1 mole molecules equals to Avogadro molecules, Avogadro number molecules. 1 gram ion equals to 1 mole ions equals to Avogadro number ions, Avogadro number into ions. So this is the method to calculate the moles. Keep in mind, if mass is given, the number of moles you get, given mass of the substance in gram by gm, gram atomic mass. If volume of gas given, then you get number of moles, volume of gas at STP by 22.7 liter. If number of particles given, then you get mole number, given number of molecules or atoms divided by Avogadro number, you get the number of moles. Okay. Now equivalent weight of an acid. Equivalent weight. It is defined as the quantity of acid by weight which gives rise to 1 part by weight of H plus ions in its aqueous solutions. So it is defined as that quantity of acid. It is defined as that quantity of acid by weight which gives rise to 1 part by weight of H plus ions in its aqueous solution. That is, equivalent weight of an acid equals to molecular weight of acid by basicity of acid. We know equivalent weight of an acid, molecular weight of the acids divided by basicity. That is how many hydrogen ions are replaceable. Okay. So equivalent weight of acids, molecular weight of acids divided by basicity of that acids. So as for example, equivalent weight of HCl, we know equivalent HCl molar mass, molecular weight 1 plus 35.5, okay, divided by 1. So as you know, HCl, one replaceable hydrogen atom present, so basicity is 1, so that's why 36.5. Equivalent weight of H2SO4, you know, the H2SO4 molecular weight or mass 98, 1 into 2 plus 32 plus 16 into 4 divided by 2, because H2SO4 it contains 2 replaceable hydrogen atoms, so that's why basicity of H2SO4 is 2. So 98 by 2, that is 49. So in this way you can calculate the equivalent weight of an acid. Now come to equivalent weight of base. So it is defined as the number of parts by weight of the base or alkali which neutralizes one equivalent weight of an acid. So it is defined as the number of parts by weight of the base or alkali which neutralizes one equivalent weight of an acid. Okay, with neutralization one equivalent weight of an acids. So that is the equivalent weight of base. Similarly, molar mass of base divided by here acidity of base. In case of acid, basicity of acid. In case of base, acidity of base. So it is nothing but a number of parts by weight of the base or alkali, base alkali same thing, which neutralizes one equivalent weight of an acids. So that is known as equivalent weight of a base. Next, move on. So again same thing, how to calculate the equivalent weight of a base. Molecular weight of a base, molecular weight of a base equals to equivalent weight of a base divided by acidity of the base. Okay. So equivalent weight of the base, molecular weight of the base divided by acidity of the base. Here by mistake, molecular weight of the base divided by that become equals to okay. So molecular weight of base by acidity of the base equals to, again that is the E. Okay. So sorry for interruption. Molecular weight of base by acidity of the base equals to equivalent weight of a base. For example, equivalent weight of a sodium hydroxide 36, 23 plus 16 plus 1 divided by 1, as you know, Na plus OH minus. Okay, replaceable hydroxyl ion OH minus. So equivalent weight of calcium hydroxide 40 plus 2 into 16 plus 1 by 2. So calcium 2 plus 2 OH minus. So that's why here acidity of the base is 2. So that's why 74 by 2, 37. Okay, so molecular weight of the base by acidity of the base, that is the equivalent weight of base due to some corrections. Okay. Now equivalent weight of a salt. The equivalent weight of a salt is defined as the number of parts by weight of the salt which contains one equivalent of active cations or anions present in the salts. Equivalent weight of a salt, molecular weight of the salt by number of cations or anions into valency of the cation or anion. So in the numerator, molecular weight of the salt, in the denominator, number of cations or anions into valency of cation or anion. So equivalent weight of salt, the equivalent weight of salt is defined as the number of parts by weight of the salt which contains one equivalent of active cation or anion present in the salt. Equivalent weight of a salt equals to molecular weight of the salt divided by number of cations or anions into valency of the cation or anion. Similarly, equivalent weight of sodium carbonate 23.2 plus 12 for carbon, 16 into 3 for oxygen divided by 2 into 1. Okay, so number of cations twice Na plus CO3 2 minus. So number of cations or anions, so number of cations 2 into 1, valency is 1, so that's why 2 into 1, so that's why 53 as sodium carbonate twice Na plus CO3 2 minus. Similarly, equivalent weight of ammonium sulfate, you get this data, ammonium sulfate 132 by 2, that is 66. Similarly, copper sulfate 120 into 4.75. So in this way you can find out the equivalent weight of the salt. Okay. Next, equivalent weight of oxidizing and reducing agent. The equivalent weight of an oxidant or a reductant is the molar mass or molecular weight divided by the number of electron gained or lost by the mole of the substance in a reactions. So equivalent weight equals to molecular weight by change in oxidation number or number of electrons involved. Simple molecular weight by change in oxidation number or number of electrons involved in this reaction. Okay, so equivalent weight of K2Cr2O7 in acid medium. As you know, in acid medium Cr2O7 2 minus plus 14H plus 6 electron, 2Cr3 plus 7 water. So equivalent weight, molecular weight of K2Cr27 by 6. Why 6? Because here the number of electrons involved is 6. So 294.19 divided by 6, that is 49.03. Similarly, equivalent weight of KMnO4 potassium permanganate in acid medium MnO4 minus plus 8H plus 5 electron. So here electrons involved 5. So equivalent weight, molecular weight of KMnO4 divided by 5, we get 31.4. So relations among equivalent weight and valency and atomic weight. What is the relation? As you know, equivalent weight equals to A by V, where E means equivalent weight of an element, V means valency of element, A stands for atomic weight of an element. So you know E equals to A by V, or you can write A equals to E into V, that is atomic weight equals to equivalent weight into valency. Now come to strength of solutions. So what is the strength of solution? So strength of solution means the actual quantity of the substance present in a definite volume of solutions and can be expressed in different ways, viz. Normality, molarity, molality, formality and percentage strength, mass strength, etc. So strength of a solution means a actual quantity of the substance present in definite volume of the solutions and can be expressed in different ways like normality, molarity, molality, formality and percentage strength. Okay, next move on. Now concentration term. The concentration of a solution is the amount of solute dissolved in a known amount of solvent or solutions. So concentration of a solution is the amount of solute dissolved in known amount of solvent or solution. Solution can be described as dilute or concentrated solutions as per their concentration. A dilute solution has a very small quantity of solute, while concentrated solution has a large quantity of solute in solution. So various concentration terms are as follows. So various concentration terms are as follows. First, mass percentage. You know, mass percentage W by W, mass by mass, weight by weight. Okay, so mass by mass, W by W, percentage. It may be defined as the number of parts of mass of solute per 100 parts of by mass of solution. So again, I repeat, it may be defined as the number of parts of mass of solute per 100 parts by mass of solution. So percentage by mass, W by W equals to weight of solute by weight of solution into 100. So that is the mathematical expression. Percentage by mass, W by W equals to weight of solute by weight of solution into 100. Here percentage means 100 gram solution contains x gram solute, so x percentage by mass means 100 gram solution contains x gram solute, that is 100 minus x gram solvent, amount of solvent. Okay, next, mass by volume percentage, W by V percentage. So first one is W by W, now W by V percentage. It may be defined as the mass of solute present in 100 centimeter cube of solution. For example, if 100 centimeter of solution contains 5 gram of sodium hydroxide, then mass volume percentage will be 5% solutions. So percentage by mass by volume, W by V, weight of solute by volume of solution into 100. So weight of solute by volume of solution into 100. Here x percentage W by V means 100 ml solution contains in x gram solute. Now volume percentage, that is V by V percentage. It can be expressed as percentage V by V or percentage volume and used to prepare such solutions in which both components are in liquid state. So it is the number of parts by volume of solute per 100 parts by volume of solutions. So it is the number of parts by volume of a solute per 100 parts by volume of solution. So percentage by volume, weight of solute by volume of solution into 100. Now come to mole fraction. So what is the mole fraction? It is the ratio of number of moles of a particular component. It is the ratio of number of moles of a particular component to the total number of moles of the solution. If a substance A, capital A, dissolves in substance capital B and their number of moles are Na, N with subscript A, and Nb respectively, their number of moles Na and B, then the mole fraction A and B are given in the right hand side. How will you determine or express mole fraction of A with respect to A and mole fraction with respect to B? So mole fraction of A, capital A, equals to number of moles of A divided by number of moles of solution, or you can write number of moles of A nothing but Na, small Na with suffix A, and number of moles of solution, that is the total number of moles, Na plus Nb. Okay, similarly mole fraction of B, number of moles of B by number of moles of solution. Again, number of moles of B means Nb and number of moles of solution means Na plus Nb. Okay, that is the total number of moles of the solutions. So again I tell you, what is the mole fraction? It is the ratio of number of moles of a particular component to the total number of moles of the solution. If a substance A dissolves in a substance B and their number of moles are Na and B respectively, then the mole fraction A and B will be mole fraction of A equals to number of moles of A by number of moles of solution, that is Na by Na plus Nb. Similarly, mole fraction of B, number of moles of B by number of moles of solution, that is Na by Na plus Nb. So that is the mole fractions of A and B. Okay, so number of moles of A divided by total number of moles, so number of moles of solution, that is sum of the number of moles of A and B, that is called total number of moles of the solutions. So in this way you get the mole fraction value. Okay, So concentration term, mass by volume percentage, volume by volume percentage, and also mole fractions. Next, the numerical problem, calculate the mole fraction of the component of the solution composed by 92 gram of glycerol and 90 gram of water, where the given molar mass of water 18 and glycerol is 92. So how will you calculate the mole fraction? Very simple. So first of all, you find out the moles of water. As you know, the molar mass is given. So moles of water 90 gram by 18 gram, that is 5 moles water. Similarly, moles of glycerol 92 gram by 92, that is 1 mole glycerol. So now total moles in solution, total number of moles of solutions, as you know, it is the mixture of water and glycerol. So 5 plus 1, that is 6 mole. Okay. So mole fraction of water, because we find out the mole fraction of A and B separately. So mole fraction of first water 5 mole by 6, because 5 moles number of moles of water divided by total moles, that is 5 by 6, 0.833. Similarly, mole fraction of glycerol 1 by 6, that is 0.167. Okay. So that is the mole fraction. In this way you can find out the mole fractions. Now to come to parts per million, ppm, parts per million. ppb, parts per billion. So 10 to the power 6, they have low concentration of solute. The very low concentration of solute in solution can be expressed in ppm, milligram per liter, that is equivalent to ppm. Very low concentration of solute in talk about diesel of oxygen, talk about BOD, COD, hardness of water, generally we measure in ppm. So very low concentration of solute in solutions can be expressed ppm. So it is the number of parts by mass of solute per million parts by mass of the solution. So it is the number of parts by mass of solute per million parts by mass of the solution. So parts per million, mass of solute by mass of solvent into 10 to the power 6, or mass of solute by mass of solution into 10 to the power 6. So ppm, mass fraction into 10 to the power 6, ppb, parts per million billion, mass fraction into 10 to the power 9. Now calculate the ppm of mercury in water given sample contain 30 milligram of mercury in 500 ml solution. As you know, parts per million equals to mass of solute 10 to the power 6 by mass of solution. So mass of mercury 30 milligram, mass of water 500 by 1, 500 gram equals to 50 into 10 to the power 4 milligram as mass. You know volume by density, density of water you know 1 gram per cc. Therefore ppm of mercury 30 into 10 to the power 6 by 50 into 10 to the power 4, that is 60 ppm of mercury. Very simple problem. Now come to molarity. So it is the most widely used unit and is denoted by capital M, molarity. It is defined as the number of moles of solute in 1 liter of the solution. So number of moles of solute in 1 liter of the solution. So molarity, number of moles of solute by volume of solution in liter. So we can express molarity, number of moles of solute by volume of solution in liters. Similarly, molality, it is defined as the number of moles of solute present in 1 kg of solvent. It is denoted by small m. So it is defined as the number of moles of solute present in 1 kg of the solvent. So molarity, capital M, molality, small m, number of moles of solute, mass of solvent in kg. Now solution, 1 normal H2SO4 strength in terms of gram per liters. So how will you calculate express strength in terms of gram per liter? So it is the number of grams of solute present in 1000 ml of solution. 1 normal H2SO4 means 49 gram of H2SO4 present in 1 liter solutions. N by 10 HCl means 3.65 gram of HCl present in 1 liter solution. So it is the number of gram of solute present in 1000 cc. 1 normal H2SO4 means 49 gram of H2SO4 present in 1 liter solution, or N by 10 HCl means 3.65 gram of HCl present in 1 liter solutions. So molarity, it is the number of moles of solute in 1 liter solution. Molality, it is the number of moles of solute present in 1 kg of the solvent. Molarity capital M, molarity small m. Okay, so and strength in terms of gram per liter I have discussed. So I hope you are enjoying this video. Thanks for watching this video.